I have played a lot of hidden object games on the PlayStation 4, but the new True Fear Forsaken Souls Part 1 definitely got my attention. But is this a horrific good time, or should this one just be scared straight into the trash? True Fear Forsaken Souls Part 1 is a hidden object point-and-click adventure game, similar to the Artifacts Mundi games, but there's a little bit more going on here. The game was originally released a few years ago on mobile devices and PC before now finally making its way over to console. The game's story, which is nicely done, as well as being pretty creepy, has plenty of psychological suspenseful moments that you'll be dealing with throughout. In the game, your character is looking for her sister, and she ends up at this very creepy place where your sister was, and there's a lot of stuff that's just absolutely horrifying going on. For a game like this, it does a decent enough job bringing in a pretty creepy atmosphere and overall scary nature. There are a few jump scares here and there, and the cutscenes, while of course they look pretty dated, overall still tell a decent enough story. The gameplay is simple, where you're able to move a mouse cursor around to click on all the objects and stuff that you see in each of the areas you explore. There's a lot of items you'll be able to grab and put in your inventory, and there's a lot of typical inventory style puzzles. You'll have to find where items go, find plenty of keys, and use objects to initiate certain puzzles. The game has a fair amount of puzzles. They're pretty standard for these kind of games. They're, for the most part, you'll have jigsaw-like puzzles. Thankfully, the game's one of those ones where you get an object in the right spot, it thankfully does stay, so at least you know you've made some progress. You actually have the option to toggle on or off the hidden object puzzles. The hidden object puzzles in the game are pretty standard, where you're clicking and trying to find a variety of items on a screen, and you're eventually rewarded with one after you've found everything that you'll then be able to use later on in the game. And if you have these off, you'll have a different style of puzzle that's similar in a lot of ways. The game isn't extremely long in its length, only taking a couple of hours depending upon what difficulty you play on, as there are 3 difficulties that limit the amount of hints or how long it takes to recharge your hints. The game also has a bonus chapter you can play as well once you've unlocked it by beating the main game, and there's also a lot of other collectibles to look out for during the course of your gameplay, and you can actually look at these at the main menu. One thing I really liked about this game is they included some bonus stuff, such as some concept art and making of stuff included in the game. The only real negative aspect about the game for me was the way they handled the mouse cursor. When you're moving it around in order to select on objects or to go forward, it ends up moving really slow on the screen. It has to kind of pick up momentum, and it's constantly kind of snagging on different things as you're moving it, and there's no way to toggle the sensitivity to increase the speed. I think this is something that would have greatly helped my experience. I do like the use of the D-pad though to instantly move between areas, so if you need to backtrack or move forward, you can just do that with a simple press of the D-pad. From the technical side of things though, the game ran smoothly. I didn't run into any major glitching, crashing, or slowdown of any sort. True Fear Forsaken Souls is available now on the PS4 for $9.99, and it does have a platinum trophy, and it's a pretty easy one to get. The game is also available on the PC and mobile devices. Overall, as far as the hidden object point-and-click adventure games go, and I've played a lot of them on PS4, this is easily one of my favorites on the system. With that said, I'm going to be giving True Fear Forsaken Souls Part 1 an 8 out of 10. But anyway guys, it's going to wrap up this review. I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course, I hope you enjoyed.